Niranjan, Niranjan, I'm just sending across a breaking news right now. Perhaps you can also, you can just take a look at it and we can put this out because this is details of the searches that are being carried out, the searches that were basically carried out, and we can now confirm for our viewers that beyond the Patra Chaul scam that you are looking at Sanjay Raut's role being looked into the Pearls Agrotech Corporation Limited. Now, they have recorded the statement of one person. We're not disclosing the name of the person whose statement has been recorded because that's confidential as far as the investigation is basically underway. But we can tell our viewers that the witness in this particular case has taken the name of Sanjay Raut as far as the Pearl scam is also concerned. And Pearl scam, remember,
order being dictated, Shawan. Shawan, order being dictated. Order being dictated. Order being dictated. There is a poor network there, so I'm just having to sort of coordinate with Alisha there. Court is dictating the order on the custody of Sanjay Raut. Court is dictating the order on Sanjay Raut. I'm just standing by. The court is dictating the order, so any second now. Any second now, Shawan. While you get us the details, we should be able to get the order. But Shawan, go ahead. Keep telling us about this scam, and then the moment I have the order, I'll break that. Shawan.
Well, in fact, there were searches that were carried out earlier this year at least 3 locations in Thane that is connected to the kingpin of Patra Chaul, that's Praveen Raut. Praveen Raut's name also figures in the Pearls scam. Now, why this Pearl scam becomes important? Because you're looking at a 45,000 crore chit funds scam that is now being probed by the Enforcement Directorate's Delhi unit. Once again, Republic TV ahead on the leads as far as this case goes. So it's not only going to be limited to Patra Chaul. So what is Sanjay Raut's role? Now, this is what I'm picking up is that the searches were basically undertaken after the probe found that Sanjay Raut, through his associates, holds 1,000 crore rupees land worth in Raigad, but it was transferred by PACL after it went bust. The land is suspected to be a Benami asset of Praveen Raut is what I'm given to understand, and that's the reason why right now they are also looking at the possibility of bringing in Sanjay Raut as far as this case is concerned. Praveen Raut in all likelihood will be brought to the national capital where the Enforcement Directorate's Delhi unit is actually going to look into these charges. His statement will also be recorded after Praveen Raut's statement is recorded in the Pearl scam. One can expect Sanjay Raut to also be roped in. It's very unlikely that it's going to find a mention right now in the court because remember the remand is particularly it's constrained right now in terms of the fact that they are looking at only the Patra Chaul scam only in the days to come after they perhaps get over with the 14 days custody, or total of 14 days I would say. It's in the first few days, and then after today the number of days that they get, the Enforcement Directorate would like to exhaust the entire 14 days before he's sent into judicial custody. Once that actually happens, there is a high possibility that Sanjay Raut will also be called in for questioning as far as the other Pearl scam is concerned. So that only means it's going to be long trouble. Let's just quickly go back to the breaking news that's basically coming in from the court. Niranjan, perhaps you can also come in just to help me out with the flashes that are being sent by our colleague Alisha, who's inside the court, and also perhaps Sandeep can come in to fill in with the details that is emerging right now as far as this case is concerned. Because here too, if you really look at Patra Chaul, but in Patra Chaul, when the Enforcement Directorate says that they have come across a huge money trail, one thing that we've been able to keep our viewers ahead with is the fact that yes, there is a statement. Niranjan, I think so. If you can, perhaps pull out that particular statement that we had played a day before yesterday.
Shawan, breaking news update. Court is reading out the order. I'm reading out from the order. The court says ED has sought further extension by 8 days. Court saying that ED has sought further extension by 8 days. ED says further investigating the same has held earlier that many facts have now emerged. ED has further stated that an amount of 112 crore was transferred to the co-accused Praveen Raut, from where 1.6 crore transferred to the wife of Sanjay Raut. This was revealed in the previous custody. But now it has come to light that details of the cash amount has been revealed during the previous ED custody. So they're making the observation. Court says at the moment, ED reached to a conclusion that approximately 1.06 crore was transferred to the wife of accused, and some transactions were revealed that the amount 1.08 crore and cash amount and transaction relating to the same worth 1.17 crore rupees were revealed. The court is basically summing up what the Enforcement Directorate has said, and they are dictating the order. I'm waiting for Alisha to share the order with us. The court has said that the ED reached a conclusion that approximately 1.06 crore was transferred to the wife of accused, and some transactions were revealed, and the amount 1.08 crore and cash amount, cash transactions relating to the same worth 1.17 crore were revealed. The court is summing up the arguments put forth by the Enforcement Directorate while giving out an order. And while we wait for the order, the court is saying that according to the ED, there's another update that she's just sent us. The court has said that according to ED, the previous investigation revealed many facts came to the fore, and in order to justify, the ED finds payments in cash, checks given to various persons, and has submitted the same data in a table. The court is taking cognizance of the proof that is being placed by the Enforcement Directorate in its order right now. While summing up the details, the court is dictating the order. The court is considering all the facts of the investigation in the last 4 days. And this is the big breaking news update. And the court has spoken. Okay, Shawan has some breaking news update. Shawan, is this what we broke earlier?
Well, in fact, Niranjan, I would request you to perhaps pull out the copy of the statement that we had accessed a day before yesterday, because there you would find a mention of the witness making a statement before the Enforcement Directorate about the cash transactions. Because if you look at what the Enforcement Directorate is now telling the court, that they have basically come across a money trail, and the fact that cash transactions have actually taken place. Sanjay Raut's wife, Varsha Raut, has got about 1.6 crore rupees. Take a look at that witness statement, and perhaps our viewers would get a better understanding of the fact that once again we had leads much before. We've been tracking this case very closely, so perhaps you can pull out that statement for our viewers till the time the order is dictated, because that's going to be crucial. And as we had mentioned about a day before yesterday, that this is going to be an important part of this entire investigation, because remember, once they are in a position to prove the fact that money was given to buy property or buy land in Alibag as well as in Dadar, and if it is connected to Praveen Raut, remember, that's the clincher for the Enforcement Directorate. So how does that really work out? They've basically come across the very person who's actually helped Sanjay Raut to buy the land. It's a seafront, a land that has been bought by Sanjay Raut in the name of his wife, Varsha Raut. And in fact, they say that about 36 lakh rupees, it is about 36 lakh rupees that was given in cash. One would ask, what about the rest of the money? The rest of the money was also diverted for other properties. But what we are showing to you right now is the fact that as far as Alibag is concerned, the land parcel that was bought in Alibag, that was bought, large part of the money basically came in as cash transaction. And then you have only 4 lakh rupees that was given to this particular witness, in this case by Sanjay Raut, in the form of check. So that in itself raises some very serious questions at this point in time. And perhaps you see, once again, Republic's Newsbreak finds a mention in the court. That's the big breaking news that's coming in, even as the court basically is pronouncing the order. So in a short while from now, we would know for how long Sanjay Raut is basically sent to custody. Whether that's going to be the Enforcement Directorate's custody or he's sent into judicial custody is something that we'll have to wait and watch. Can't really second guess the court at this point in time. But important to point out here is that we are getting multiple news breaks as we speak right now. Not just from the Patrachal scam, but also latest details coming in only with Republic TV yet again. The Pearl scam. Pearl scam is also now under the scanner. So Sanjay Raut, even if the investigation gets over in the Patrachal scam, in all likelihood he would be roped in as far as the Pearl scam is concerned. If that happens, perhaps you would see in this very office, the Enforcement Directorate's headquarters, where Sanjay Raut would be brought back.
Shawan, a very critical observation in the court. The court says, the judge says, I carefully examined the arguments from both sides. It is a fact that the trail of money, 1.17 crore and 1.08 crore, was not here before the court when the court restricted the remand to ED. Considering the facts that some more amount has been revealed and tabled, filed by ED, pointing out with the bank statement, pointing out further trail amount. In fact, the court has just observed, Shawan, that there is remarkable progress in the investigation. I repeat, I think the key words being there is remarkable progress in the investigation. And that, I think, is a very, very significant observation. The court has also observed that the contention by Sanjay Raut's lawyer is not justified, because ED has to investigate the source of dirty money and how the same was insulted in the financial system. Dirty money being raised in the court, Shawan. Massive observation by the court, huge observation by the court. The court says there is remarkable progress in the investigation. The court is also saying contention by Sanjay Raut's lawyer is not justified, because ED has to investigate the source of dirty money and how the same dirty money was inserted into the financial system. It's not insulted, it's inserted. So there's a small correction, inserted into the financial system. So I think, going by what the court has said, looks like the court is of the view that ED investigation is going in the right direction so far. Shawan, because the court also notes that when the custody was sought, all of these amounts, facts were not placed.
Well, in fact, Niranjan, in the court, when they make a mention of the 1.17 crore, the court says, I carefully examined the arguments from both sides. It's a fact that the trail of money, 1.17 crore rupees and 1.8 crore, was not before the court when the court restricted the remand to ED. Considering the facts that some more amount was revealed and tabled, filed by the Enforcement Director, pointing out, the bank statement pointing out to further trail amount, they believe that there is a remarkable progress in this investigation.
Sanjay Raut sent to ED custody till the 8th of August. Shawan, breaking news. Sanjay Raut has been sent to ED custody till the 8th of August. So that's a breaking news update. Sanjay Raut says in ED custody till the 8th of August. Breaking news update now coming in.